Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Video Games Pickups episode number 2. And of course, if you want to watch the very first episode, I'll put it down in the description, as well as for the playlist if I ever make more videos out of this. But got some really good, awesome games that I have heard and seen before, but never owned the game before. Only some of them. There's a couple of games that I already have owned, either I lost them, I don't remember where I put it, or I sold it to GameStop to get in-store credit, that sort of deal. But at the very end of the day, got some really good games for the Wii, PlayStation 2, N64, and the PlayStation 3. And of course we got this DS Walker here that I'll show you, but it's my very first time I've ever seen it. But it was just a nice inclusion, but I found this at my local flea market. A lot of this stuff is mostly at my local flea market, as well as for other stores in my local area. I have not been able to check out like online stuff like eBay or Amazon or anywhere online to buy games for the moment. But so far, a lot of this stuff is not bad, like the price that I basically bought them, of course. But at the very end of the day, I'm very happy on the games that I have right now that I'm going to show you, because, you know, I have heard some of these games, I never owned them before, and hopefully I could finish them one day. But so far, like I said, got them in my local flea market, local areas, or other people that are selling their games. That's where I bought them. So right now we're going to start off with the right side right here first. And then we'll move on over to the Wii and the PS2 games. But we're going to start off with the right side first, and then we'll go down the stack right here. Okay guys, so now we're going to move on to this pile first. Now, there's a couple of games that I'd never played before. Well, there's only one game that I did own in my collection, but I don't know where it is or what happened to it. But we're going to start with the first N64 games right here. Now this one, I think it might be the game that I already know how to play. Oh, sorry about that. But I think this one is... Okay, yes, it's Castlevania. Now, I never played this game before. I have heard about the series, but I do not know how good it is for the N64. But hopefully someday I'll try it out to see how good it is. It might be bad, who knows. But hey, I do have a Castlevania game on the N64, so... I'm not sure they made more in the N64 era, but who knows. But yes, Castlevania for the N64. Now, of course, I do know this one that's coming up next is Cruisin' USA. Now, I do love playing the arcade machines that were mostly in your local, like, food stores or like any other places that had like the originals arcade machines. They had a Cruisin' World Tour, if I'm correct about that. That's like one of my favorite racing arcade games of all time. And of course, we do have Cruisin' USA for the N64. Now this one, I'm not sure if this is the first sequel of the game. Or not sequel, I guess the very first game of the Cruisin' series. I could be wrong about that. But I know for sure the Cruisin' World Tour was on the arcade machines. But I'm not sure if it came to home consoles. So I do need to check on that. But USA is not bad. It's a little bit, you know, not the best of the best. But it's still a very fun arcade racing game. I really do love this one. And of course I did own one. Well, I had one for a very long time. But I just don't know what happened to it or where it is right now. But luckily enough, I do have one again. But it's too bad that, you know, how the sticker looks, it just looks a little bit bad. But hopefully I'll clean up a little bit better so that it looks really nice. Now, the next N64, you probably might know which one it is. It all depends, because all I know, there's two games that do have this sort of yellow cart or yellow shell in both sizes. But I'll let you guys guess for the moment, but the game that I'm going to show you right now is Donkey Kong 64. Yes, I do own Donkey Kong 64 for the N64. Now, the only thing is that I do not have the expansion pack. That's the only thing I need in order for me to play this game. But either way, I just happen to own one because even if I try to find one online, I know it's a little bit expensive. You know, just a little bit, even if it's just a loose copy. So I'm just happy that I'm able to find one here in my local area. So I'm very happy about that. There's so many other games that are classics in the N64, but hopefully one day I'll get to it and hopefully I'll get them. But I'm very happy to own, finally, Donkey Kong 64 for the N64. Now, probably already see which one, the Wii game, of course, but we're just going to put this aside for a little bit and I'm just going to show you the personal trainer walker. Now, this one I do not know very much about, but my only guess could be that this is like, I guess, a prototype. Kind of feels like a prototype to the Nintendo DS with Street Pass. But so far you just have these two personal walkers right here. And I guess you just do your normal stuff, like you connect it, as you can see there, you connect it to the back of the, I guess, 3DS. Well, I'm not sure what game it connects to, that's the only thing. Now, I'm not going to open it. Maybe I could do a video on it later on, but yeah, this is just Nintendo personal walker or personal trainer walking. I guess that's what it is. I mean, not really much you could say there. I mean, I'm not sure there's an actual game in here. It doesn't even, you know, tell us that it has a game. It just has the two walkers here. But if I'll make a video, I'll make a video out of it if I want to. But if you guys want me to do that, then just let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I do have the personal walkers here, which is very interesting. You know, just very neat stuff to find these little accessories from Nintendo. Now we're going to move on over to the Wii game. You probably already know just by a little glance of it, but it's Epic Mickey on the Wii. Now, I have heard about this game before, but have not seen reviews about it. I'm not sure if it's good, but yeah, it is Epic Mickey. Now, the only thing I could be wrong as well about this is that probably that's Mickey's lost cousin. That's my only guess. But for the moment, I heard this one is kind of like okay or good at the same time, but like I said, it's been a very long time. And a lot of the games that I'm going to show you, I either just know from, you know, people talking about it that it's a very good game or not a good game, or it's been a while, you know. But yes, we do have, of course, the manual right here. It's not that big. It's a very, you know, skinny manual. I'm not even going to show everything, but yes, I do have Epic Mickey, and this was sealed. That's the one thing. It was sealed, but I know for sure I am going to play it at some point later on. But I'm very happy that I do own Epic Mickey for the Wii. Now, the last two PS2 games that I'm going to show you, they're the same game, but this title has been HD remastered, and I think a lot of people talk about this game a lot. And of course, I never played it before because I never grew up with the series or the franchise at all. But the two games I have here are Final Fantasy X and X2. Yes, both for the PlayStation 3. Now, both of them were sealed. I have this one is sealed, but this one is a little bit, you know, ripped over here. Because there's been a lot of games that I see on the flea market, or some people who are selling them, they're just like tossing everywhere. So this one I just decided to get both of them because, hey, why not? Like, two Final Fantasy games that, you know, I never played before, but at least I could have one, you know, just to have like a full sealed copy out of it. But yes, I do have Final Fantasy X, X2, HD Remaster on the PlayStation 3. Now, of course, I never grew up with Final Fantasy at all, or even the series or the franchise, so there's still a lot of stuff that I still need to know about Final Fantasy. But there's only one game that I completely play a lot right now from the Final Fantasy franchise, and it's 14, the MMORPG game. Now, that one I'm still playing to this day, and it's a lot of fun. But a lot of these other Final Fantasy games, you know, I never played them before because like I said, never grew up with them and never had a chance to get them as well. But I do have the PlayStation 3 version of it. Now, of course, there's the PlayStation 4, you know, again, HD remastered, or they ported to the PlayStation 4. So maybe someday I'll get it. I know it's probably like $20 for sure. But I'm just looking up that I found 2 copies of Final Fantasy X and X2, you know, over there in my local flea market. But yeah, PlayStation 3 games, identical. Very happy about that. But yeah, this is one of the groups that I found at my local flea market. Now we're gonna move on over to the other stack of games, but we're gonna start off with the PlayStation 2 games, and then we'll finish it off with the Wii games. Okay, everyone, so here are all the PlayStation 2 games. Of course, we do have another PlayStation 3 game that this was basically included in here, but of course you probably already see from which game it is, Tekken 6. But right now I'm just gonna move it on to the side so that you guys do not know what games I have, you know, just to be surprised. But yes, I do have Tekken 6. I finally got it again. Now, I did own this game before when, you know, it was the era of the PlayStation 3. But I did trade it in at GameStop to get, of course, in-store credit, which I highly don't recommend you that you do. But I did do that just to get, you know, new games or just get bonus credit so that I could use it for other games that I want to buy. But yeah, I got Tekken 6 again because I am a fan favorite of the series ever since Tekken 2 came out. But then when Tekken 4 came out, I did play it, but then that's where I kind of drifted off from the Tekken series. I never played 5 or 6 until finally when Tekken Tag Tournament 2 came out. So yeah, that's where I started to get back into Tekken again, and I'm just lucky enough that I'm able to find Tekken 6 again in my local area. So yeah, this is the PlayStation 3 version of the game. It only has the game disc. It does not have. I don't think most of these PlayStation 3 games have manuals, or depending on these earlier copies with the, you know, the Spider-Man logo type of deal. But either way, just happy that I'm able to have Tekken 6 again in my PlayStation 3 collection, and also for the Tekken series. But I probably had to buy all the games again because some of them may not work anymore. Mostly like Tekken 3, Tekken 4, and Tekken 2. But some of them, they still work, but I know for sure later on they're not going to be working anymore. So now we're going to move on over to the PlayStation 2 games. Okay guys, now we're going to move on over to the first game. Now I tried to take out the sticker of this game, but I guess I'll do it later on with some glue gun. But the very first one we have here is Onimusha. I think I'm probably saying it wrong. Dawn of Dreams. Now, it's from Capcom. Now, I never heard of this game before. I'm not sure if it's like a Dynasty Warrior game. But the only sad part about it is that it only has one of the discs. So, where I bought it, apparently the person who sold the game to the local place did not have the first disc. Now, I barely found this out when I, you know, finally got the game and then returned back home. I was like, hey, there's one disc missing, because I did try to play this game and they were saying that, oh, you need the first disc to play the game. I was like, what? So I kind of fooled myself around that. So I do not know very much about a lot of these games that require 2 discs, but this is my very first one, I guess. I mean, I do have another one that I am going to show you, but yeah, this one does not have the first disc, so I probably had to find one online. I did went over to the store and told them about it, but they were like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't know that, you know, I guess the person who sold it to us just only had the second disc. They never told us that they had the first disc, but they were willing to give me a refund, or I select another game if I want to, but I was like, nah, I probably will find one online for the first disc. But yeah, I got Dawn of Dreams for the PlayStation 2, but of course I do not know very much about this game or what it is, but you know, it just looks interesting, you know, just the main character, and you know, cover art, he looks pretty cool. Now the second game is kind of interesting, but I don't think a lot of people talk about it, but it's called Robotech Battlecry for the PlayStation 2 from TDK. Now, I did play this game for a little bit, like for like 30 minutes of the training mode, and it's basically like a mecha shooter game, basically like third-person mecha shooter game, and I did like it. It was a little bit wonky at first trying to understand the game, but it is complete. It has a manual and of course a CD. But at the same time, like I said, I never heard about this game before. This is my very first time. I just thought, you know, all mechas. I really like robot, you know, mecha gameplay type of deal. But you know, very interesting game. I did play, like I said, the training, the tutorial a bit for a little bit, and it was not bad. It was okay, but I still need to play a little bit further to test out the full capacity of this game. But yeah, Robotech Battlecry. So hopefully someday I'll get a little bit further than the training mode on this game. Now the next one is a very famous person on the PlayStation 2. Too bad I'm not sure they ever made one for the PlayStation 3. But the game that I have here is Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. Now I have heard about the other Prince of Persia games, but I'm not sure if this one's like a sequel to those games, or maybe this one is a spin-off. But yeah, I do have Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. It does have everything. It is complete. But yeah, this game, I did play it for a little bit. I think it was like 30 minutes or maybe an hour, and it was a fun game. It's really fun. It kind of has that like hack and slash gameplay, or it's a third person, you know, hack and slash game, I guess you could say that. But it was a lot of fun. I did play, like I said, for a little bit. And yes, I do have a Prince of Persia game fighting in my collection, but I know there's the other ones out there, but at the same time, I don't know if this one is a sequel to those games or maybe it's just a spin-off. But either way, I do have Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. And that game is pretty fun, not gonna lie. Now, the next game is a classic one on the PlayStation 2. And a lot of people have talked about this from a very company that is very famous for a lot of these platformer games. Well, at least some of them. But it's Jak and Daxter from Naughty Dog. Now, yes, I do have this one. It's fully complete. And I have played a demo of it on the Jam Pack disc or demo disc for the PlayStation 2. And I think I only played the third one. I'm not sure there was a demo for the first game, this one. But I do finally have Jak and Daxter. Now, of course, I have heard about this game, but never entirely owned it because, of course, there's been so many games in the PlayStation 2 that it's just hard to pick out, of course. But yeah, and the one thing I like about this one is it's like a poster manual. Yeah, it's like a poster manual in here. I'm not gonna open everything, but yeah, it has like, you know, just like how to use the controls and everything. But you open it up, it's like a little manual in there. But and also a poster, like I said, a poster manual, I guess you could say that. But yeah, I do have Jak and Daxter for the PlayStation 2 from Naughty Dog, and I'm very happy about that. I know this is one of the famous classic PlayStation 2, I guess you could say, a little bit of an icon for that era of the console. So yeah, I do have Jak and Daxter. Now the next one is also the same thing, not from Naughty Dog, but it's a pretty famous one from Sony, and it's going to be Sly Cooper and the Thieves' Raccoons. Now, I have heard about Sly Cooper as well. It's also a platformer game that a lot of people talk about as well. I wish I did own it, but of course, I guess the game that kind of introduced me to the PlayStation side era will have to be Crash Bandicoot. But yes, I do finally own Sly Cooper for the PlayStation 2. Now, of course, like I said, I wish a lot of these games that I own, I wish I had owned them back in the day. But this is my very first time owning them, and this one I really love the book. I think this one's probably like, I could say, one of my favorite book manuals of all time, because it's just very colorful, you know, just like, I guess, you know, thinking this is Sly's Cooper, you know, handbook. I guess you could say that, you just to know, you know, about the story, or just about the characters, who they are, and just learning or how to control the game, all that stuff. You know, it's just pretty awesome. You know, just really nice right there. PlayStation 2 from Sony. And I'm very happy to own it. Now I just need to complete the series, of course, because I do not have the sequels to the game, but very happy to have the first one of Sly Cooper. Now this one is from Square Enix, and you probably already know, you know, which game title it will be, but I do have Final Fantasy 11. Now of course, there's also, they made the remakes for this game, but at the same time, I think for sure, I could be wrong about that, but there's just so many ports that I kind of give up on ports nowadays, because that's what mostly all these new generation consoles are. Just port this game, port this game, port this game. And it's just like, just stop it already. Just give us new games. But I do have Final Fantasy 11, and as you can see here, it does have everything. Now I think it does not have, no, it does not have everything. It does not have the manual, which is it's a shame. But yes, I do have Final Fantasy 11 for the PlayStation 2. Now that's the only thing. Like, it really bothers me a little bit that they don't have the manual. But I guess whoever sold this to them, where I bought it, not in the local flea market, but like some other place, that they don't have the manual. But not really much I could do there. But I was like, hey, why not get it? You never know. Maybe someday I'll probably find the manual somewhere, or maybe just buy the game again to get the full completion of the game itself. Now the next one is another Square Enix game, but it's one that we just talked about right now, and it's Final Fantasy X2 for the PlayStation 2. So yes, I did found a copy of the PlayStation 2 version of Final Fantasy X2. Now the only thing I'm missing is just X in order for me to go through the sequence, you know, first X and then X2, but it is fully complete. It has a manual and the game disc, and of course a full nice, you know, or let me just take it out for a little bit so you can see it for yourself. But yeah, I do have the manual here, which is really nice. That's one thing, I really love manuals, because just giving us like screenshots or art covers for other characters. And you can see there, you could play Final Fantasy X, where it all began, and of course you could get the play arts for the girls and other stuff as well. But yeah, I'm very happy that I do own Final Fantasy X2. Now the only thing I'm missing is, of course, the very first game. But even if I have the HD remake, which is fine, but I'm just missing the X series or the X game on the PlayStation 2. But I'm very happy about this. It's a very nice find that I found. Now this next game is from Ubisoft, and I guess this one is very famous for its stealth games, and of course is Splinter Cell. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Now I have heard about this game too. I think they had demos for the game as well on the Jam Pack series. But hey, I'm very happy that I do own this game. It says right there, up there, Game of the Year. I probably will have to take out this. Yeah, it's just a tag from, I guess, the person who was selling it. But hey, Splinter Cell. Now, where I found this, there was another, like, I guess Ghost Recon as well. But I was like, no, I'll just get Splinter Cell because I think this one's a little bit more famous, I guess. Or this one is a little bit more better, or what people say about the game. But yeah, fully complete, has the manual and everything. And of course this one is just normal green and white, which is fine by me, but You know, just like the little details here, you know, just learning about the items, the people, or the weapons, tips and tricks. You know, it's just pretty amazing to see this. But yes, I do have Splinter Cell for the PlayStation 2. So hopefully someday I'll play it and see how good of a game this is, or probably maybe the best stealth game. But who knows? There's a lot of games I have not played that I do not own, but very happy to have Splinter Cell. Now we have 2 more games left. Now I guess we'll go with this one. This game is from Capcom, a very good franchise that is still going on to this day. But it's too bad I cannot find the prequel or the sequel to this franchise, and is Devil May Cry 2. Now, I'm trying to find the other ones, but luckily enough, I think the person who was selling this does not have the other ones, and now I have to ask. But yeah, Devil May Cry 2, Cooler Than Hell. So it does have 2 discs, and sorry for like, you know, the little stickers right here, but that's how the person had the game. But as you can see here, it does have this one, and of course, this 2. And of course, there's Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Now, yes, I have heard about this game, and of course there's a how you say it, a receipt. I think I'll show you guys that, because I wonder how old this game is. But yes, you do have the manual here. Not big, but hey, good enough manual to have it here, which is pretty damn awesome. But hey, I'm not sure this is a good series to start off with, or maybe start off with every other game. That's the one thing I like, is that if there's a game that is a sequel to the game, I'd rather play it from the very beginning. But of course, it's a little bit hard to find games that are like that, because you do not know if they are able to bring all the games again to HD remaster, you know. But you know, happy that I have Devil May Cry for the PlayStation 2. Now I'm just gonna look at the receipt right here, and it looks like this was from EB Games. Now I guess I'll just hopefully it doesn't, I think it does, it won't show you guys, cause let me zoom in. Okay, just a little bit. Well, the receipt is pretty low, but this game, as you can see there, I know for sure you can probably barely see it, but it's from December 7, 2005. Right there. I know you could barely see it because it's like the ink is already wearing out, but December 7, 2005. This is when the person bought this game. So wow, so like it's already like 18 years or close to 18 years since this game first released. Wow. So yeah, or when the person bought this game, so almost 18 years. So very happy to have it. Or let me just put the receipt back, because why not? I guess that's the one thing very nice to find, is that, you know, who was the person that bought this and when did they bought it. But yeah, 18 years this game has been out. Now this is going to be the last game, and it's from Capcom, a very good fighting game that people talk about to this day and is still ongoing. But this one is called Street Fighter EX3. Now, I did play this game. Like I said, I mostly did play all of them, not every single one, but I did play a little bit of Street Fighter EX3, and this one's actually a little bit fun. I really did enjoy this game because you're able to manually have a tag team partner with you, and you can either put it as yourself. You could automatically use the computer to do the attacks, you know, whenever they want to. Or you could have a second person or second player play with you at an arcade mode or versus mode. So yeah, that's one thing I'm happy about, that I did found this game, which is a lucky find, because I probably could find some online, but when I found this game in my local area, I was like, hey, I need to get this game, because it's one of the few fighting games besides Tekken that I have on my PlayStation 2 that I never owned before. So it has everything. It does have the disc and the manual. So I'm very happy about Street Fighter EX3, as you can see there. And of course, it's too bad that it's not colored. It's just normal black and white. So not really much you could do there. But this game doesn't have a lot of option modes. That's the only thing, which is a little bit sad. But I guess this game is mostly meant for just, you know, local play most of the time. But you can unlock a lot more characters. You just have to play through, you know, the arcade mode and stuff. But as you can see here, you do need this connecting a multi-tab for the PlayStation 2, and you're able to connect 4 people. I guess almost like 4 people, if not, yeah, I guess 4 people to play this game. So yeah, this is what's very exciting about this game, that you're able to do that. And I know that Mugen has kind of have already done that, where you could have 2 people, 3 people, 4 people playing at the same time, but that's mostly Mugen. But of course, I'm not sure if any other fighting games have ever done that before besides, you know, EX3. But we do have everyone here that you're able to play right at the beginning. You know, just very awesome to see, you know, just the character sprites or the character artwork and the inputs or whatever the case may be whenever they want to make their manuals. But that's one thing, like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, give us manuals. Give us manuals again, please. Like, that's the reason why I really love looking through, you know, these manuals, because it's just really amazing how all those people that work on this game, you know, they take their time. They show off what, you know, what's inside the game, what it has to offer, and everything like that. Like, just give us manuals back. That's pretty much it. Just give us manuals back. But yes, guys, that's what I'm gonna show you to the side. That is all the games on my PlayStation 2, and of course Tekken 6 for the PlayStation 3. But that is all the PlayStation 2 games. Now we're gonna move on over to the Wii games, and that should be it for the video. But let us move on over to the Wii games. Okay, now we move on over to the Wii games. Now just remember, guys, that if you do see a lot of tags, these are not the original prices that I bought them at. They still have the stickers which the person haven't taken off, or anybody has taken them off. So at the same time, all these Wii games, I got them from one person. I bought them all together, which is pretty damn awesome. And a lot of good ones I have here. Now, the only sad part about it is some games do not have their complete manuals, which is a shame, but hopefully someday I'll get them. If not, I'll just buy the game again if they have the complete manual. But we already have the first one here, which is Alice in Wonderland, which is a Disney movie game. But I'm just gonna move these to the side so that you can know how much of the Wii games I have. But yes, we do have Alice in Wonderland, and I guess the person that I bought it, they say it was a fun game, I guess. But either way, and nothing much you could do about it. It's just, you know, sorry, I'm just like, whatever. I do not really know very much about this game, but it's a Disney movie game, so not really much you could do there. But this next one is a classic on the Wii that a lot of people praise about, but I think the sequel that people say is a lot more better, and it's Super Mario Galaxy. Now, the only thing is that I have this promotional display only. Now, I'm not sure someone bought this when they got it, when I guess the game was first coming out. Because apparently, I know you cannot see it, but if you do look at one of your Wii games, somehow the text right down here, it looks a little bit like washed out. Like, it's just a little bit more lower resolution. You know, it might look okay, I guess, but at the same time, it just seems like this cover art, it's from, I don't know, someone printed it out and just have it there or something, I don't know. But apparently everything just looks very low resolution. But I do have the full game, it does work. It is the complete game. I did play it for a little bit, and I know the 3D All-Star, it is out for the Switch, but I'm just very happy that I do own Galaxy on the Wii. But of course, I do not have the manual, so it's a pretty shame that I do not have the manual for the game. Now this next one is a very famous character that I really love the most in Super Smash Brothers. It's probably one of my top favorite characters, and it's from Metroid Other M. So yes, I do have Metroid Other M for the Wii. Now, I did play a little bit about this game, and it's very interesting how you play it, but it's a lot more different than I expected, because I do have the Metroid Prime trilogy on my Wii, so I'm able to play those Metroid Prime games on the Wii or the Wii U. Yeah, I bought it on the Wii U because it was on sale for the eShop, and I bought those because I wanted to play Metroid Prime. Now, of course, I could get the games on the GameCube, but that's going to be a little bit harder to find because you know how it is for a lot of Nintendo games. A lot of Nintendo games are pretty expensive, I guess you could say that. But either way, I do have Metroid Other M. As you can see here, it is the full game as well, and a very nice book. But of course, the only thing is that they have different languages. But I'm very happy to own Metroid Other M. And I guess this is like the very first Metroid game that I own physically. Now, I do not have any other Metroid games, but the only reason why I like Samus is because she's one of my favorite characters in Smash Brothers. And it's probably like my top, like I said, top 5. But either way, I'm just happy that I do have a Metroid game physically in my collection. So I'm very happy about that. So hopefully later on I will get the other games. But for the meantime, I do have Metroid Other M for the Wii. Now this one, I think this one is like the very first early games to do Wii motion. I could be wrong about that, but it's called Red Steel. Now I think they made a sequel to this game. I could be unsure about that, but as you can see, I only got it for $4. But yeah, Red Steel, and of course I do need to clean up everything because it just looks horrible. But yeah, I only had the game itself. I did play a little bit of the game itself, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of fun, and at the same time, it just doesn't feel like it aged well as well. But it is a fun game that you're able to, like, you know, have a sword. You could slash up, down, left, and right, shoot your gun. And a lot more other stuff like parry with your nunchuck. And it's just a fun game. It is, but it just doesn't seem to age well at all. But it's still a pretty fun game. I really did enjoy it. I still need to finish it, of course. I only played like the first hour, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, Red Steel. I'm not sure they made, like I said, a sequel to this game, but hopefully maybe I'll get it. But this game was a lot of fun. Now this one is from, of course, Nintendo. Pretty simple. One of the classic in the kart series, which is Mario Kart Wii. Now the only thing is that I do not have the manual for this game, which is a pretty shame. But yeah, Mario Kart Wii. Now of course I did not pay it full price, but I guess the person who got it is from probably like a pawn shop. And yeah, I got the full game, and I guess I doubt this code works because of course the club membership is gone, because you know Nintendo loves to redesign their whole network or eShop, whatever type of stuff, to earn points. But yeah, Mario Kart Wii for the Wii, and I'm very happy about it because I never owned this game before, even though I had a Wii, you know, when I first got it. Because up to that point of the console era, like the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii is the very first one I picked because I just love playing Super Smash Brothers. But it's too bad that I never got in the other games on the Wii. But I'm very happy with the Wii for Mario Kart Wii. But I do need to get, of course, the manual for it. Now this next one, I guess I'll go with this one for the moment. But it's from Capcom. and I'm not sure what games you might think Capcom will have in there, but we have Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. Now this one, it was a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy it for the first hour, and it was a lot of fun. It kind of has that arcade shooter, like you find like in like, pizzeria places or like arcade places, like those arcade shooters. That's basically what this game is. And it just tells the story of, what happened during a certain sequence of a point in the mission where you were playing the original game. So yes, I do have Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. As you can see here, we do have I really love this manual, just pretty amazing how the insides look, or like, how much detail they went full color on this manual. But we do have Resident Evil 0, and then we have Resident Evil 1, and of course we have Resident Evil 3, and it just goes through the sequence. I'm not sure if they have the other Resident Evil games, but they go in sequence of like what happened when they had to fight the zombies, or when they need to like run to somewhere, and all that stuff. This is just basically an arcade shooter where you have to shoot the zombies, you have to collect, ammo, get new guns, heal yourself, and all that stuff. So yeah, this game was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. You could do 2 players, which is pretty damn awesome. But for the meantime, it's just a very nice game. I really did enjoy it, so hopefully I'll finish it one day. Or maybe stream it, because this game was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you guys have not played an arcade shooter for a very long time, this one, Umbrella Chronicles, it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, but I still need to, of course, finish the game to get the full experience. But even playing for the first hour, very good game. Now, of course, this one is from Capcom as well, and it's pretty interesting that this game has been ported so many times, and it's Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. Now, I did play for like 30 minutes of this game, and yes, you do control your character, or Leon, and you could point at the screen to shoot accurately. Unlike most Resident Evil games, you had to like aim up just to shoot the zombies on their heads. But this one, you could aim directly at their head, and it was a lot of fun. Not gonna lie, this game was pretty fun for the Wii. But the only thing is that I still need to get used to the controls, like how to move Leon, to turn around or turn sideways, all that stuff. But this one was a lot of fun, and I do have the complete game and the manual, which is pretty damn awesome as well. Now, I think this one is just, yeah, damn, Capcom, like, your manuals are awesome. That's all I can say. Your manuals are great. But like I said before, bring the manuals back, guys. Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, bring back the manuals. I mean, look at this. Whenever you're going to see, like, oh, these are the characters that are going to be introduced in the game. But how do we know that? Oh, I want to meet that character. I want to see what that character does. But nope, no manuals anymore, because it's too much paper. It's very bad for the earth. But either way, just very happy to have Resident Evil 4 for the Wii edition. And I'm very happy about this game. Now, I did, like I said, play it, and it was a lot of fun too. But the only thing I have problems with is just trying to control, Leon and everything. Or like, I want to use my knife to kill the zombies, but you cannot use the remote to look up or down. You have to use your thumbstick to look up and down in order for you to slash with your knife. So yeah, I still need to get used to the game. But yeah, I do have Resident Evil 4 for the Wii. Okay, everyone, so this last game is a very famous icon in Nintendo history, and he's probably one of the top favorite Nintendo characters, I will say. But of course, is Donkey Kong Country Returns. Yes, from the Super NES, but I guess they made a reboot to the Donkey Kong Country series, Returns to the Wii. So yes, I finally own this game. Surprisingly, I do have Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. Now, I could be very unsure if they remastered this game on the Wii U for this particular title or on the Switch. Have not researched or anything like that, but I do have it for the Wii, which is pretty damn amazing. As you can see here, we got Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. So, yes, I did play it for a little bit, and it was a lot of fun too. And it just reminds me of the Super NES, Donkey Kong Country, which I do own right here, which is right next to me. As you can see here, Donkey Kong Country, and then of course you got Returns for the Wii. So, yeah, very happy to own this game. Very happy because it's been a very long time since I ever played Donkey Kong in a very long time. But either way, yes, I know that they made Tropical Freeze and everything, but I'm not sure about Returns. I'm not sure they made a remaster out of it, but at the same time, I'm just very happy that I do own this game because, there's just a bunch of Wii games that I wish I had owned, but never took my time to, find out if I was able to buy it, or even if the people or GameStop or Best Buy, Target, or anywhere else had this game. But at the same time, I wasn't like, oh, I need to get this game, or I need to get this game, get this game, get this game. I wasn't really like that. And I was just like, whatever game I saw that caught my interest, I get it, I'll play it and see if I like it or I don't. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. I finally own it. So there you go, guys. That's all the games that I own right now, and I'm very happy to have in my collection. But of course, it took a while just to get everything, of course. But at the same time, it takes time, guys. Just to get the games you want or get the games that you're very interested in. But you don't have to do this every single day, of course. Trying to get the games you want, or which game do I need, or which game do I want to pick up. It just takes time. But very happy to have all these games in my collection, and hopefully someday I will finish them at some point in my life. But yeah, there you go. That's all the PlayStation 3 games, all the Wii games, PlayStation 3, and of course the N64 games. So hopefully next time, guys, I'll make another video out of this, but in due time I'll see what other games I could find or what other games I could buy later on, and see which ones I really want in my collection. But I'm not gonna lie, this is a very good find that I found for a lot of these games. And I think for sure, even if I had tried to I'll come back next week, I'll come by next week, I will probably never find them anymore, or I'll probably never see them anymore. So I'm just very happy that I do own all of these games. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you do want to, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, but as well share with some of your friends if they want to see other people's game collection or what kind of games they pick up in their local area. Share with them, guys. I do highly recommend you that you do share this video. And of course, hopefully next time I'll show you guys some more games that I do collect throughout my series or throughout my journey for whatever games I want to put in my collection. But that's pretty much it for today, guys, and I'll see you next time. Keep on playing and game for life, guys. See you later.